Greetings fellow gamers, I'm the Soulsborne Seeker and I'm back with a new video showcasing 15 upcoming indie Metroidvania games you probably haven't heard of, expected to release sometime in 2024 or later. Before we start, as always, a kind reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying this content, since it will help me reach even more people and spread the knowledge far and wide. And now, without further ado, let's dive into it. We begin our journey with Chronicles of the Wolf, a Metroidvania game that draws inspiration from the Castlevania series as well as the real-life infamous case of the Beast of Gévaudan, a series of brutal attacks by a mysterious creature in southern France during the 1700s. You step into the boots of Matteo Lombardo, an apprentice of the Rose Cross Order who finds himself the sole survivor of a vicious attack by an unknown beast. With renewed vigor, Matteo embarks on a quest to eradicate the abomination, a journey that will eventually lead him to unravel the secret of its origins. To that goal, you'll have to solve intricate puzzles, gather information from NPCs, and fight a large roster of challenging bosses with the help of numerous weapons and items you'll be able to collect and equip. Chronicles of the Wolf has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Next comes Clockwork Ambrosia, a fusion between Metroidvania and 2D shooter while boasting a steampunk theme. You are Iris, an airship engineer that finds herself stranded on the island of Aspida after she crash lands on its surface. To make matters worse, she gets caught up in an ancient mystery that plagues the isle when all the population of Aspida vanishes and gets replaced by malevolent robots and cyborgs, forcing her to fight for her life as she tries to find a way off the island, in the process coming face to face with the mastermind behind this attack. What's truly interesting about Clockwork Ambrosia is the freedom it offers you when it comes to the weapons you can use. More specifically, the game will allow you to experiment with different combinations of various weapon modifications that result in vastly different attack patterns and abilities for your armaments, effectively making your very own creativity the limit when it comes to combat. Clockwork Ambrosia has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Following, we have Cosmic, A Journey Among Shadows, a Metroidvania that plays with the idea of contrast between light and shadow. A small creature named Cosmic unexpectedly finds himself lost in a hostile world full of monsters but no shadows whatsoever. Without knowledge of how he got there in the first place and realizing that his own shadow is missing, Cosmic will have to navigate this treacherous realm in search for his lost shade with the help of a solitary mysterious shadow that befriends him and promises to protect him on his journey. Of note here is the importance light plays in the game. In essence, Cosmic will have to create light sources in order to bring forth his enigmatic shadow ally, since without light there is no shade, which can lead to exciting situations when it comes to having to defend yourself while at the same time realizing that there is no luminance around you. The game also boasts challenging boss fights where tactics will be of the utmost importance for you to emerge victorious. Cosmic: A Journey Among Shadows is currently slated for release on the 6th of May 2024 and has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Moving on, there's DragonLoop, a Metroidvania title with a time travel twist. DragonLoop tells the story of an unknown amnesiac heroine who is trapped in a world where time seems to be flowing differently and resets every 5 days. During your playthrough, the passage of time will affect and alter biomes and enemies, keeping you on your toes as areas you once remembered in one way may have now transformed into something different. While it is not entirely clear how this time loop functions, what's known is that you will be able to maintain your memories and progress after each reset, thus getting stronger with every incarnation as you try to discover the truth behind this madness and put an end to the endless cycle of repetition. DragonLoop is expected to come out sometime in the second quarter of 2024 and has been confirmed for PC. Farther down the path we have Elysian Echoes, a Metroidvania with Souls-like sensibilities. The realm of Gaia is on the brink of destruction and in dire need of assistance. Enter you, an Elysian warrior tasked with bringing balance back to the war-torn land. Unfortunately, as fate would have it, something happens during your journey to Gaia and you end up as a lesser form, a mere shadow of your true self. Thankfully, you'll be able to balance the scales with your unique ability of being able to possess your enemies and use their own attacks against them, which is one of the standout mechanics of the game. On top of that, you'll find souls of past Elysian warriors scattered across the land, with whom you will communicate in order to gain stronger abilities related to both exploration as well as combat. The Souls-like element comes into play with the presence of shrines that you will be able to use as rest points to restore your health and energy, with the downside of fallen enemies respawning in classic Souls-like fashion. Elysian Echoes has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Going onwards, there's Eternal Reckoning, a Metroidvania game with dark undertones. Following the War of Ragnarok, waged between the gods and the titans, the earth was left devastated and its ruins claimed by an entity known as the Necromancer. You brandish the bow of an elf out to take vengeance for the atrocities that transpired during the battle, who's also the only hope left to restore this fallen land back to a peaceful state. Eternal Reckoning doesn't shy away from brutal battles, with blood being more than just a sensational aspect of the game, but rather a major mechanic. You see, our elven protagonist is also a blood mage, capable of using his arcane skill to mimic the powers of his enemies and use them to his advantage against them. The title also boasts deep lore that permeates its land, as well as 30 bosses to go up against, meaning your task won't be completed that easily. Eternal Reckoning has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Continuing our voyage, there is Exographer, a Metroidvania that shies away from combat in favor of exploration, puzzle solving, detailed physics, and science. You embody a space explorer known as 1N1, who becomes stranded on an alien planet while on a rescue mission. As he begins to explore this new world, he ends up entangled in the ancient history of a long-lost civilization, slowly realizing that he may be the only chance to save it from complete oblivion. One of the things that makes Exographer truly special is its reliance on science and physics to solve puzzles and explore the world, with elementary particle discovery being one of its main systems. More specifically, you will have to use your camera in order to reveal elements unseen by the naked eye, which you will then have to decipher in order to be able to solve the various conundrums you will come across. It is of note that the game was imagined by French science fiction author and physicist Raphael Granier de Casagnac, something that will definitely bring a lot of authenticity to the whole endeavor. Exographer has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Coming up next, we have Heart Abyss, a brutal action game with Metroidvania elements. Story-wise, Heart Abyss has you going on a rampage as a prisoner who just broke out of his cell and has a bone to pick with a group of ruthless slavers responsible for putting him there in the first place. The game is drenched in stylized, fast-paced combat, with each altercation you go through ending up with the walls painted red. There's no clear indication about how the Metroidvania comes into the mix, though I suspect it could be related to the fact that you can explore the setting and find different paths of approach when it comes to surprising your enemies before giving them a taste of your fists and blade. Heart Abyss has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. A bit beyond, there's Janosik 2, a humorous Metroidvania game inspired by the Slovakian legend of the generous hero Janosik, as well as a direct sequel to the first Janosik title. In Janosik 2, you will take on the role of the titular character as well as two of his comrades, namely a werewolf and a vampire, as you go on an exciting adventure to save the bride of Janosik, who has been kidnapped by a villain known as the Baron and taken to his castle. You can switch between the three protagonists at will, which will be necessary since each one wields a different set of abilities that that you will have to take advantage of in order to progress, such as the vampire's skill to briefly float in the air or the werewolf's immense strength that allows him to move boulders. I should mention that for those interested in having a look at the first game, it is actually free to play on Steam and has received amazing reviews, so I'll include its link in the description below for your convenience. Janosik 2 has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Over yonder we find Mendacium, a Metroidvania brought to life in beautiful hand-painted visuals. Set in a prehistoric world inhabited by reptiles in various stages of evolution, Mendacium tells the story of a young reptilian hunter who goes on a quest to stop an unknown extinction-level event that looms in the horizon, while also trying to navigate the increasing tensions between various brutal tribes as they clash against one another for dominance over diminishing resources. The good news is that you are in possession of a Tesseract, an arcane artifact that allows you to manipulate matter itself. Mendacium places a lot of emphasis on combat, with your primitive weapons allowing for melee and ranged approaches in disposing of your enemies with spears and traps, and the Tesseract bringing magic and transmutation into play, making it possible to use elemental spells against your foes but also create new items, upgrades and tools by utilizing various materials you can discover and collect from across the world. Mendacium has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC.
Bring your attention and rest your eyes on the motion before you.
Onward there's Narcalid, a spiritual Metroidvania experience focusing on peaceful exploration with meditative themes. A powerful creature known as Mother Narcalid threatens the peaceful existence of a new world that you have discovered. It is up to you to explore this new realm and find the ancient texts that will allow you to heal it before it is too late. Narcalid is meant as a deeply spiritual journey that will have you exploring a suffering world that needs mending, from the environments that you will discover all the way to the bosses you will come across. The game encourages a pacifistic approach, though that will not always be possible since there will be certain situations that will not be able to reach a resolution without a fight. What is of note here is that the game will actually include proper meditative practices that you will be able to use in your daily life. In addition to that, you will be able to play throughout the whole campaign in the company of up to 4 of your friends, making this one of the few Metroidvanias out there that allow for a fully cooperative experience. Narcalid has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Then comes Primal Planet, a Metroidvania game featuring survival elements as well as a science fiction angle. Here you'll get to walk in the bare footsteps of a prehistoric family man trying to survive in a land filled with dinosaurs as well as an ancient obscure alien race, along with his wife and child. Primal Planet features a fully functional ecosystem where each creature has its own role to play and will interact with you according to its nature, from terrifying predators to friendly companions. It also places heavy weight in survival systems, requiring of you to scavenge for materials in order to craft weapons, baits and traps, and encourages stealth in order to avoid an untimely end at the jaws of a carnivorous beast. In the dangerous world of Primal Planet, you will require both cunning and force in order to remain alive, and learning to recognize when each of the two is necessary will be paramount to your survival. You may be happy to hear that Primal Planet will also support co-op gameplay, with one player controlling the father while another stepping into the role of a small dinosaur companion, with the bond between the two strengthening the more you cooperate, making you more efficient in dealing with the various dangers this world has in store. Primal Planet is expected to come out sometime in 2025 and has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Third from the end, we have Rust Song, a Metroidvania title situated within the genre of science fiction. You don the desert cloak of our unnamed protagonist as you explore a vast, weathered world full of dangerous biological and robotic enemies out for your head. Rust Song offers all of the standards you would expect from a game in the genre, including a variety of different abilities that will allow you to reach previously inaccessible areas and a big interconnected map to explore. On that note, its most standout aspect is your ability to control time to an extent, which allows you to move its passage in reverse in order to be given another chance after a failed attempt, or to open up new paths for exploration and discovery, for example by restructuring a fallen bridge to reach the other side of a chasm. Rust Song has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Nearing the finale, there is Somber Echoes, a Metroidvania experience inspired by ancient Greek tragedies with the addition of a science fiction twist. A cataclysmic event turned the once beautiful Greco-Roman space vessel Atromitos into a hellish place filled with eldritch horrors that prowl its shadows. In an effort to rid the spacecraft of its malediction, an unknown force awakens Adrestia, a powerful warrior, in order for her to clash against her twin sister Harmonia and prevent her from unraveling the universe. Somber Echoes is all about combat and acrobatic freedom, where mastering snappy movement and timely parrying will be the difference between life and death. The tactical aspect of battles is further enhanced by your weapon's ability to perform both melee and ranged attacks, thus allowing you to make judgment calls during fights depending on the approach you find appropriate for each situation. Somber Echoes has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Finally, we have Trizna, a Metroidvania Souls-like hybrid that draws inspiration from Slavic culture and mythology. You are an unknown warrior resurrected by a witch that binds your will to hers and wants to use you as a tool to fight against her opponents. Unable to resist, you are forced to do her bidding as you are unleashed across a magnificently mystical world where each biome has taken shape from the fears, aspirations, hopes, and ideas of humanity. To your fortune, the more you explore the world, the more you will get the opportunity to break away from the witch's spell until, eventually, your will is once again your own, and it will be up to you to decide whether to side with her of your own volition, join her enemies, or remain a puppet to forces bigger than your comprehension. Trizna will feature a vast world to explore where everything is not as it seems, since behind the veil of the scene lies the Shadow Realm, an unstable side of the world that you are able to visit, which will allow you to pass through otherwise impassable obstacles as well as discover treasures that would have potentially stayed in obscurity. It also boasts a deep combat system that gives you the chance to develop your own magical and battle skills to suit your playstyle, with an equally intricate equipment structure that allows micromanagement of armor pieces like helmets, breastplates, leggings, braces, amulets, and shields, as well as a variety of melee and ranged weapons to choose from. Trizna is expected to come out sometime in 2025 and has been confirmed for PC. What did you think of these games? Did you already know about them? Are you planning to try any of them out? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to point out any obscure titles you may have come across. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, Soulsborne Seeker out!